my honor to have you be on this, but I wanted to ask you just about how you felt about it all.
Oh, I was hyped. I wasn't even, I'm not gonna say I wasn't expecting it, but I was mad curious what that one jam session at Foundation Room was going to lead to, because I remember you were saying, you know, you're putting together a record and, you know, no covers, everyone should sing what you want to sing, but like in jam format. And so I was like, damn, I was like, okay, I want to see, you know, where this will lead. And then of course COVID happened, and I know that session was very shortly before all of COVID too. It was probably like a couple weeks before people were like shutting shit down.
Yep.
And it really like caught everybody like in the middle of something new. And I feel like in a weird way, like everybody can relate to that. But I was super like, oh, okay. Like, cause I mean, nobody knew how to do anything. I feel like I didn't really know how to navigate through my projects, because I was like, okay, now we have to do everything remotely. Now everybody's doing everything remotely. And then it's also leaves a short supply of people to be doing one thing, because there's so many people and so many artists that are just like, okay, well, I want to go record, but I can't record at home. I know not everybody has the means to record at home, and not everybody has the means to engineer. And then I feel like engineers especially have just probably been, you know.
Can you mention the person that recorded you, by the way?
Oh, yes, for sure. So Andrew, who's been a really good friend of mine for about 5 years, he actually, him and his business partner opened up a studio at Band Barracks over in the Southeast off 45 South. And so recording there was honestly a blessing, because it was a beautiful studio. And, you know, of course, we all took precaution and stuff like that. It was kind of like, I was a little sus at first just because it is like a big area, but I mean, it was just one private studio, and, you know, it was just me and him. And for a while, we were kind of like trying to find a good vibe for it, because everybody's kind of feeling some type of way about most things. And then also, you know, I'm HRT, which is the hormone replacement therapy. So for me, I haven't sang since
Oh, how crazy.
So like I was like trying to like really find out where I was. I was like, I don't know what I am anymore. Like soprano, alto, baritone, any of that. I was like, I had to like really like sing things over and over again. And then I was like, okay, well, like, and then, but I knew, I was like, you know, once I hit, you know, some talk box parts, I was like, this is where I'm really gonna be able to like find the funk in it, and I'm gonna like enjoy recording it, and it'll just come a little bit more naturally to me. Because opposed to that, it was just kind of like, all right, I need to remember what notes, I need to feel where I can sing, because sometimes muscle memory didn't work, because my voice would crack where I would normally be able to hit some notes. So I was like, shoot. I was like, and then I told him, I was like, I know him and I are both kind of the same. Like sometimes we can procrastinate. So I was like, all right, let's start recording this like 3 weeks before, so that we can so we can have something, and then we can just jump back into it fairly later, or like a little closer to when we both have time to do it and stuff like that, because he had to record other people too. And I know he Lily as well. So
oh man, well, I absolutely appreciate y'all so much for putting the time in and putting the work in. It turned out really well. I think the talk box is absolutely perfect. I'm really excited for you.
I would say it means a lot to me, because I love giving a space to express things that I feel basically inspired by, or things that I feel very strong about. I also love the many genres that it's, because as a pop singer and a Black artist, I feel it's very easy to put me in this bubble. And I like that kind of gave me an opportunity to experience more more of what I have to offer as an artist and as a Black woman. So I think that's actually really cool. But just to be able to get back to the community, and you know, if people hear it, I hope that it resonates in their spirit. And I believe what comes from the heart reaches the heart. So yeah, I think it was, for me, it was an incredible experience. So I'm grateful.
As far as working on a project like this, like honestly, I've never ever sang anything that anybody's ever given me before, which is really cool because I've always wanted to do stuff like that anyways. So I was just like, okay, well, this is cool. Like, this is really different for me. Like, having to go by other people's harmonies and other people's lyrics. It's not something that, like, a lot of artists are used to doing anyways. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you're coming up on the scene and stuff, you're used to just writing your own stuff. But yeah, that was pretty different for me. But I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I'm really excited to hear how it turns out and how it sounds with everyone on it.
Yeah, no, like that was something that was very different for me as well. One thing that I have learned in this industry, and maybe you've experienced this as well, is that it can be hella racist and hella sexist sometimes. And I wanted to create a record where, you know, inclusivity and diversity weren't even thought about because that's what we were leading with, you know, and be that through the way that people choose to identify or who they choose to love or their backgrounds or whatever. You know, the city of Houston is filled with so many talented people that really are just waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I looked at this album process and me, you know, being able to compose something so different as a way for me to give back and, you know, use my platform as a way to help launch y'all. And in turn, also giving myself an opportunity to like share this completely different part of my brain outside of, you know, my work with the Suffers or with anybody that I'm working with. And I feel like it's a time for a lot of women right now to just really step into their seasons. And so it was really nice to almost be able to like not manipulate the voices, but like, because I couldn't, you know, have everyone there every single day or for a long period of time like I would with a choir, like how I really wanted to. I was able to almost like study your voices a bit more and like hear like where we could add and like fill the lushness. So it was almost like painting around what every person did. And so no one's heard like aside from the engineer that I'm working with, no one has heard the final projects yet. And so we had a little bit of a delay, but we're getting ready to send it all to mixing, and I'm super excited. And you know, the vision was to have 50 voices, which we couldn't have because of COVID. But in total, once everything is said and done, it's going to be like 15 to 24 parts per song.
That's still a lot. That's still good.
Yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Like, so your song, which is We Can All Be Free, is a duet with Sugar Joy Co. And, you know, at first I had you do the first verse, and it was like, you know, very, very laid back and somber. And then Joy sent her part over, and, you know, I had you do another round of stuff. And I ended up just falling in love with like how everything flowed, that I actually ended up swapping your parts. So now Joy is verse 1 and you're verse 2, and I added a choir underneath everything that you did. And there's all these like additional like very lush layers that come in. But the lyric content for all of these songs, while I feel it's going to be very reflective of the time right now, I was telling Zamaji earlier that this music was all written before George Floyd died, before Breonna Taylor died. It was just really how I felt. And I felt like if I wrote music that promoted unity, but really also allowed whoever was singing to like really say some truth, but in like a really honest way, it would almost take it to another level. And I felt like I could only trust myself so much with like that responsibility. I was like, okay, this is my, you know, this is like some very like real poetry. And so to hear you and Joy just kind of like elevate it, like I'm just like in just complete love with what you guys did. And I'm so excited for, you know, the next batch of people to hear this and, you know, then inquire about whatever it is that they want to ask you to do with them, because I feel like the sky is only up from here. And I hope that it encourages other artists within the community when they do have the opportunity to collaborate with other artists in the community to do that, because of their skill and not because of, you know, anything else. Because you know, it's such an easy industry to get caught up in some nonsense. And I want to show that while yes, the nonsense will happen and like mistakes will be made, if you work hard and you focus on just the art and being a good human being, like you can do anything you want. Like the fact that I'm actually finishing this fucking record is beyond me. Like, like this is insane. Like when I sent y'all the songs, a part of me was like, they gonna think I've lost my damn mind. And because my friend was like, how many parts have you sang on this demo? I was like, girl, I said I couldn't do them no more. And then I woke up and I started again. And I woke up and I started again, because that's how it has to be sometimes, just to get the examples out. But now that I can hear all of y'all's work and all of your contributions, like it makes me feel like every moment I drove myself crazy getting the demos together, like it was all worth it.
It paid off because it's going to sound good and it feels good, and that's all that matters.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you so much again for trusting me with your gift. And you know, I'm always rooting for you. I'm so happy to have you on my Bayou City Comeback Chorus project. Oh my gosh. I know I haven't sent you the final project. No one has heard the songs yet. And I think it'll be fun to wait and let you guys all hear it at the same time.
Okay.
Because I know it was so weird. I know it was such a different project to be a part of a choir remotely.
I think it though.
Say what?
I think we needed that, and I was happy that you were like, "We're gonna do this." I was like, "Yes." I think all of those of us that sing and those of us that do music, we need whatever outlet or musical possibility we can right now. Because right now it looks really dark. Because it's like we don't know when we'll get a chance to get back to like doing music for real. You know what I mean? So it was great. I was so happy to do it.
Thank you so much. So, you know, I've known you for a few years now. You know, we originally met through Lizzo at a festival here forever ago, like probably like 5 or 6 years ago. But honestly, like through our work together with you singing with the Suffers and me working with you separately, you know, I've always felt like your time is inevitable. Like you are one of the best singers I've ever heard. And a big focus for me on this album was to find those singers that, you know, the community is always talking about, that you're always hearing about, but you're never really hearing them like produced with that much bigger production with those full bands outside of maybe, you know, a church or like a big holiday program or whatever. And so I had a vision, you know, and back in 2019, I just got really tired of seeing not only the police brutality and encountering constant racism out on the road, but coming home and really just not seeing the opportunities being given the way that it should be given. And so, you know, I wanted to do what I personally could to try and involve as many singers as possible that I feel like are strong leads in their own or on their way into like stepping into their season within their own careers. And so I wanted to ask how this music had an effect on you.
I think, like I said before, it's one of those things where, you know, it's like we're experiencing, I heard this said, and it was so true, we're experiencing a pandemic within a pandemic when it comes to as far as like us being Black people. And so anything that is along those lines of us expressing that or an outlet for it to get that energy out or that hurt out or, you know, whatever that means to us, it's so necessary, it's cathartic, it's like it was therapy, you know what I mean? And to sing those words and to be a part of something that's giving voice to that because it's a moment in time that we're never gonna forget, you know what I mean? We've had police brutality, we've had these things for a long time. We've continued to talk to it blue in the face and it never gets, nothing ever gets said. You know, the whole thing with when George Floyd happened, it's like we saw it. And the thing that was crazy was that, like, you know, thank God there were people that were not Black that were like, this is completely out of line. But then you saw people who saw it and it still did not affect them. And they still said, well, what did he do? You know, all that kind of stuff like that. So being a part of a song like this, being a part of anything that would tie us to this moment in time, it almost is like it's a benchmark in my life. And I think it's a benchmark in all of our lives because can we all be the ones that's out on the front line? We can't all do everything, but we all can do whatever our part is. And that's what I felt like as artists, as singers, as songwriters, as musicians, blah, 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 whatever it is, you know, however we express ourselves through music, that's our part to do. Art is our part. Art is how we protest. Art is how we make people listen that might not otherwise listen. They might not even listen to someone talking about it, but if they hear a song, that, you know, music affects us regardless of if we, you know, it kind of can just sneak in and affect us in ways that we don't even know. But that's what it was for me. It was therapy for me.
Yeah. So like once it ends, like feel free to like.
I'm playing at the harp. Oh my goodness. Okay.
But I loved what you're doing, especially like kind of like having fun with what the vocals are doing, because those vocals are gonna be the same.
plus more.
I am working on We Can All Be Free right now, and there are parts of choirs that to me just make the sound. So like a powerful alto section, unafraid tenor section, a very vibrant, and like I love a wiry sounding soprano as much as I love a very classical, straight tone opera, like some, or excuse me, a high vibrato opera singer. Like I love the full range. And so with this project, I tried to ask all kinds of different singers to come in and help me and make this happen. And, this last chunk of the project for me to finish is going to require me to fill in the parts. So my future vision for this is to re-record this entire project as a live album the way I originally intended, teach all the parts workshop style, and have this recording really do this project the justice that it deserves.
None of this was normal.
Man, I think she's tripping, dog. I think she's tripping.
Yo,
I
was tripping.
You were literally.
I was literally tripping, but also the quarantine had convinced me. I was like, look, it's a lot of tracks, but Ray will be able to say that he did this. And
yes, for sure. That's what I appreciate too. But also, I'm the type of nigga that's gonna be open regardless. I'm like, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out like something we never heard before. You know what I mean? Or,
exactly.
It's gonna have its own feel or something.
Exactly, and it's strange. Like to a point where I was like, Kam, I kept saying, do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work, because I could hear it, and I know like for every song that I could hear the ending to. Yeah. Even though at the beginning it sounded nuts, it always turns out great. Real. And so now that we're at this part, this mixing stage, like
now the end of the lows.
That's
now I can hear the lows though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like this is why being back in the studio to me was like
inside.
the most important part, because this would have driven you crazy trying to figure out what the hell I was talking about remotely. So I'm gonna zoom on this real quick. How many tracks do you think is on this? Oh my god. God damn.
It's 100-something.
Well, welcome to recording with me.
World record. We need to. No, symphonies be like 300 tracks.
Yeah.
Damn, you might put out an acapella version of this shit. Might be.
I love that.
Hold up. This is cool. I'm tripping now. Okay. Oh, we here jamming that shit. Forgot what we was doing. That shit is fire, dog. Yeah. Here we go. Oh!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All that.
Oh, oh, hey, yes, we got to bring it. Oh, we shall overcome, you and me together.
Here, take our pictures and make us look cool.
I mean, I'm taking a video, but it'll definitely. Yes. Yes. I'll make sure that all of these photos are
In
shared.
the headphone?
Yeah.
I'll make all these photos on the net.
All right, let's
Cube. Y'all, it is October 2nd, and it's October 2nd, 2021, and the album's done. The album is done, and I am just, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of everyone that was a part of this, every singer that took the risk, every person that stepped into the recording circle with me to make this happen. I appreciate you for your trust and for being so flexible and malleable. I want to say thank you to the Houston Art Alliance for allowing this dream to happen for me. This is my first technical executive production credit, so thank you so much for making it easier for not only folks that look like me or folks that are where I'm from, but just as an independent artist that is doing things differently. Thank you so much for considering me and my art. And I want to just say thank you to every single person that is watching right now. This is something very different and outside of my normal world of creation, but I'm very excited to be stepping into it, and it's weird and strange, and I feel very vulnerable right now, but I'm excited to just see what comes from here next. That all being said, this has been a crazy process. I'm still overjoyed that it's done, but I wanted to be the first to just say thank you, and I hope you enjoy the premiere of Bayou City Comeback Chorus, a album for the people, by the people. Thank you.
Escape from today, but everything that happens makes me feel like things have gone astray. I try ways to heal that won't block how I feel, nor my words, nor my thoughts, 'cause I lead with that reason. breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night? Don't feel bad they held back a few thousand truths. We've got to refocus on saving our youth. Educate, lead with love. We fall down, get back up. All we need, so much time, or always be behind. Oh, all we're seeking is peace while sleeping. Equal opportunities without asking. How am I supposed to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night? How am I supposed to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night?
All the time, if I don't get relief, I just might lose my mind. The type of peace I'm seeking, well now it takes work. Heaven help us, cause we need our hands on deck to heal this type of hurt. I got a lot of better love to give, so could you lend some empathy? I ran out of patience long ago, but heard you brought some here for me.
We've been begging for change, but change never seems to come our way. So let's try different things, cause better days ahead are ours to claim. We shall be stronger together. It's true. We shall recover together. It's true. to believe it's ours to throw away. I don't see a way for us to make a change without doing the thing. More education, determination to build a more inclusive nation. Evaluation of legislation, our baby steps towards generation. No change vibrations, communication. What got us to our celebration?
to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night? How am I supposed to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night? We all want a clear view, a grand escape from today, but everything that happens makes me feel like things have gone astray. I try ways to heal that won't block how I feel, nor my words, nor my thoughts, 'cause I lead with that real. Always seeking his peace while sleeping, equal opportunities without asking. How am I supposed to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night? How am I supposed to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night? Don't feel bad they held back a few thousand truths. We've got to refocus on saving our youth. Educate, lead with love. We fall down, get back up. All we need, so much time. I'll always be behind. Oh, always seeking his peace while sleeping, equal opportunities without asking. How am I supposed to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I can't even sleep at night? How am I supposed to be the light when I can't even breathe at night? How am I supposed to see the light when I